Yeah, I did. I did.
Yeah, I did it. I did it. I didn't even ask him a fucking question. Yeah, I did it. I did it. I just don't want to be in this room, so I just did it. Let's go. Put me away for the rest of my life. I did it.
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Well, who is he? Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And who is he? Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And it's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, board-certified criminal defense lawyer, board-certified by the National Board of Trial Advocacy and by the Minnesota State Bar Association as a criminal trial specialist and a criminal law specialist. And I try cases. It's what I do. And it's through that lens that we give these reactions, thanks to our content genius, Michael Rivers, who is behind the camera as we speak and behind every great idea that comes out of this channel. Before we get to, this might be a quick episode because it's about the fastest confessions ever happened under the DA's rules. So today, this episode is brought to you by ContractsCounsel.com, ContractsCounsel.com. Now, we have a lot of clients for Contracts Counsel, but guess what we need? We need more lawyers. If you're a lawyer and you are looking for a little bit of work to do at home, go to Contracts Counsel. We need you. And I know some of you guys out there, there's a lot of lawyers that watch me because guess what? I'm interesting. The content is interesting, and there's nobody better at this than the content genius, Michael Rivers. So go to ContractsCounsel.com and get a little work done and help some people write some contracts. Okay. So when you are under the threat of interrogation by an officer, guess what? You're afforded a couple things. Number one, you're afforded the right to have a lawyer. But you can also refuse questioning, too. So if you're arrested, I don't answer questions. If you're arrested, I don't answer questions. If you're arrested, I want to talk to my lawyer. I want to talk to my lawyer is the magical phrase that you need to say in order to cease all communication with officers. Because guess what? You're never, ever, ever going to talk your way out of something. And if it's an investigation that's been ongoing for a while, and you all of a sudden just decide to cough up the goods to either the feds or whoever wants to take your statement, you don't know what they know. So you could be innocent, but you're all of a sudden just corroborated some little factoid that makes the rest of it very difficult to swallow a not guilty verdict. So that's why we almost never, and I don't want to say never because I have gone in and done statements before after I've figured out what the facts were, but not very often. 99% of the time, we tell you not to talk to the cops. And not because you're guilty, and because, if you plead the fifth, that doesn't mean you're guilty. It means you're careful, deliberate, and the first time anybody hears your testimony, it should be on that witness stand. So let's just see this is the fastest confessions from suspects.
But in some rare cases, interrogations can last just seconds.
Whoops! Oh, no. No fucking way. Okay, so when you jump out of a window and threaten your own life, is that a consciousness of guilt? Probably.
From accidentally confessing to escapes, these are 5 of the fastest police interrogations in history. Starting with Raymond Gates, demonstrating exactly how to head straight to prison in seconds. Raymond was brought in after police obtained footage of him assaulting a 17-year-old girl. Police had to prove that the girl never gave consent, which was difficult given that only some of the attack was caught on camera, but became a lot easier when Raymond almost instantly made a huge slip-up in the interrogation that put him dead to rights.
This girl came back to my house. She's telling me she wants to lose her virginity, man. She's ready to do it and everything. And then right a couple seconds before, and she's like, I don't know, and stuff like that. He's telling me.
So he's the victim. He's the victim. Look, I was ready to go. All of a sudden she says, no, well, you can't back out of a deal like that. It's a contract. Oh, yes, you can.
Yes, everything's cool. She's cool with making out.
But when she screamed, "Stop, please don't do this. It hurts so much."
I was already inside of her at that point.
No means no, and you can revoke consent at any point, gentlemen, at any point. So you better be damn well sure that you've got consent, and that if all of a sudden something goes wrong and she is not liking what's going on, you stop.
Like the oh no stop, I'm already inside of her there, man.
Quantrell Schwartzlow did it even faster, with his interrogation ending in just seconds. Quantrell was brought in for strangling a girl and assaulting her, a crime he clearly didn't want to be convicted of.
That's some balls to just jump out of a window like that with handcuffs on. I'll give him an A for athleticism.
Oh, no.
No fucking way. I'm so fucked now. Oh my god. I let the prisoner open the window and run away. That is so hilarious.
Unfortunately for Quantrell, his handcuffs were a dead giveaway, and he was kept.
Hey, nice bracelets you got there. How did they attach? There's ways to get those off, but he's not smart enough to figure that out.
4 hours later. While it's unknown exactly what happens to Quantrell after, this clip will forever put him in the Interrogation Hall of Fame.
That's hilarious. But you would get another charge, an escape charge. And it's probably a misdemeanor. I don't know that it's a felony, but you would get another charge.
However, Ricky Hathorn took a much more straightforward approach to ending his interrogation, managing to confess in record time. Ricky was found covered in blood near the bodies of Lara Kuchar and Tommy Skeens.
Okay. I can think of things that are less troublesome.
Lara had clearly been assaulted. Ricky's DNA was also found at the scene, so police had no worries when bringing him in. Surprisingly, though, Ricky would make it even easier for them.
Hey, come on in. Hey, yes, sir. Yeah, I did. I did.
Yeah, I did it. I did it. They didn't even ask him a fucking question. Yeah, I did it. I did it. I just don't want to be in this room, so I just fucking did it. Let's go. Put me away for the rest of my life. I did it.
You know what? Let's do this.
I did it, but I think somebody came behind me and finished it.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it.
So much.
I did what? You know, do you remember my cousin Vinny?
We went out to the car, and that's it.
When did you shoot him?
What?
At what point did you shoot the clerk?
I shot the clerk.
Yes, when did you shoot him?
I shot the clerk.
And then you shot the clerk, and he says, I shot the clerk. I shot the clerk. He says it twice. Now, he says those exact words, but there's a question mark at the end of each one of those sentences. So, I mean, in other words, I shot the clerk, in disbelief. I did it, but somebody else finished it. Well, what did you do that somebody else needed to finish it?
For staying silent. However, Ricky is alleging that he wasn't actually the murderer. He just attacked the couple and assaulted Laura. It was someone else that finished the job. Even though the evidence was stacked against him, he still would have had a better chance of getting away with it if he just stayed silent.
Stop self-snitching.
3 more people. I don't know.
And you know what?
They was living when I left, but I think somebody came in behind me and finished them off. I did beat the shit out of them.
I did. I'm not gonna lie. I did beat the shit out of him. I did put a good hurting on him.
I left.
Despite his claims, it was determined that the couple died of the injuries inflicted by Ricky, and he was later found guilty of first and second-degree murder. Jared had shot his friend in the head during a car ride to Walmart for no other reason than to know what it felt like to kill someone. Jared attempted to flee by hitchhiking to Canada, but was picked up by an officer after perfectly matching the perp's description. The officer took him into custody where a quick but true...
If you want to know what it feels like to kill somebody, go get some fucking help. Okay, don't act out on it. Just go to a hospital right now. Go to a hospital. Tell a psychologist, psychiatrist. They'll get you on some meds and some therapy until that feeling goes away.
Truly chilling interview took place.
Okay, and what do you remember telling me?
In summation that I'm guilty, yes.
Of what?
Of murder.
Okay, and who did you murder?
Gennaro.
Okay, and how did you murder him?
With a gun. I shot him in the head twice.
I shot him in the head twice. He does sound like he's on the spectrum. You know, when you have somebody that is autistic and the communication and social interaction is just different.
3 shots were fired, 1 missed.
See how absolutely deadpan he is, no emotion.
Isn't hanging around here, and apparently had already confessed before he even made it to the station. But what's interesting about this interrogation isn't the speed at which he confessed, it's exactly why, as well as his general demeanor throughout the interview.
Okay. Jared, give me your full name.
Jared Lindroth Wayne Murray.
Okay. And what's your date of birth?
July the 20th, 1994.
One thing I find interesting, though, he's got a really nice top coat. He's got a nice black tie on, and he seems dressed for success.
And how'd you guys hook up?
I went down to his dorm room and asked if I could be given a ride to Walmart in exchange for $20 gas money.
Okay. And did he agree to that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's a couple miles from the school?
1.7 miles, sir.
1.7 miles.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so he took you to Walmart?
Yes, sir.
And did you both go in?
No, we did not go in, sir.
Okay, and why not?
We pulled into the parking lot, then I pulled the weapon on him and demanded that he take me to Asher, Oklahoma, sir.
Okay, and why did all of a sudden did you decide that you needed to go to Asher?
Because I was planning to take him out into the country and kill him.
That is about the coldest statement you can even imagine.
So you've been planning this for 2 days?
2 weeks, yes.
2 weeks.
But not with a selected individual, no.
Okay. And when did you get to the point where you knew it was going to be him?
That was 3 days prior to the incident.
And why him? All the kids in college here, why him?
I believed that he would have had the least impact, sir.
I believe he would have had the least impact. Impact on what? On the world? On his life? I mean, on...
Impact on what?
I believed he didn't have many friends, or many close friends, I should rephrase.
He was a loser, and nobody would miss him.
And as his, as he is going missing, his absence would be less notable.
Jared was, of course, charged with first-degree murder, but was eventually found not guilty by reason of insanity.
Fastest confessions from suspects. That's Dr. Insanity again, so he does a pretty good job. So we'll see you next time here on Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers with our content genius, Michael Rivers. Make sure you subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and follow us on Twitter. Sign up for Patreon, and look at this. What do you think of this, guys? This is 1 week. 1 week. I never grow this out. It's getting a little itchy. I got some beard butter. We'll see it on the road, and we'll see you next time here on Criminal Lawyer Reacts.
Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away. Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away. 23-hour lockdown, please, is that my God.